suerte todo el tiempo. Buena suerte. Good luck. Let's go.
Bringing Rocky Juarez home to the draw with Chris John in the first fight. Marquez's trainer, Nacho Beristain, was the man who handled Oscar De La Hoya. Good straight left hand by Diaz. And a chopping left hook in the corner. And another left hook. Backs up Marquez against the ropes. The face of Diaz's aggression. Diaz showing respect, but ripping Marquez with another left hook. 3 body shots from Marquez. Diaz goes in with the right hand. This is going to be a hellacious war.
Unlike a lot of fights between a younger and older fighter, in this case, the early rounds seem to favor Diaz, where he can take over with his energy and volume punching.
It's his way into the fight. Remember, down 3 times against Pacquiao in the...
To hit Marquez for the most part. I thought this is what we just see starting about the 4th round, but not in the 1st round.
Maybe he's already making adjustments.
Well, Diaz's great brain power, he's used it throughout his learning curve in the ring.
Not to mention the well-known cultural Mexican tradition of willing to mix it up.
And are they ever? What a big left hook by Diaz. Marquez trying to fire back, lands a right cross and a left hook. Round 1 is an all-out war.
Punching straight through the middle with punches where he's really exerting his weight. And even though they weighed in the same, and I guess tonight...
It's been amazing to behold. So don't expect much of a slowdown. Anything, if he gets his chance, now the pace slows a little bit in the 2nd round. I get the hunch that Marquez is going to need to stay off the ropes, Emmanuel.
Yes, and I don't think he's going to do that. And the way that Diaz is punching, he's got his head down more, where he's getting better leverage in the exchanges, and Marquez's head is up more.
This crowd is on its feet already, and they may be on their feet all the way. Big left hook, staggers Marquez. Marquez in trouble, and trying to fight his way out of it. Marquez might have been gone right there. It was an unbelievable shot.
We saw that instinct that I mentioned from Morales, and I think Marquez has the same thing inside him.
In fact, if you wanted to find a comparison for what round 1 looked like, it looked like a round out of a Morales-Barrera fight.
And so does this one.
They're both going to land more than 30 punches in the round. Big left hook by Diaz, straight right hand by Marquez. Diaz jabbing and hunting. Marquez going to the body and coming back up. Missed the right hand.
You can be sure that Marquez is going to find him.
A supremely intelligent fighter.
Excellent reflexes and very good punching power, but you have to wonder about those reflexes at the age of 35.
And particularly, given the wars he's been in. They go off the diving board all at once, but he's looked really good in the first couple rounds against a guy who's looked just a tiny bit better.
Marquez is landing punches just as good sometimes.
Good right hand by Marquez. Real fighters love this. They love this kind of competition.
I remember the last time I saw 3 judges score out a draw. Very, very rare. Back to this fight. Juan Diaz keeps walking him down, landing clean, hard, effective shots. And when he gets Marquez on the ropes, Marquez seems to lose his head and stand there and slug with Diaz. And that's how Diaz wants to fight. Juan Diaz landed more clean shots, just like he's doing right there. 3-0 Diaz.
You know, I understand that score, and Diaz is imposing his kind of fight. Harder punches.
Well, I think he might be a harder puncher, but of course, Diaz, as we pointed out, is by nature the bigger man.
He needs to, whenever he sees Diaz throwing a hook, he needs to block it and shoot his counter hook at the exact same time.
Diaz has been brilliant so far at finding those moments when Marquez's right hand is slightly dropped. He's landed several flush left hooks.
Yeah, and he gets maximum level. He hunches his body forward in a Joe Frazier type style, where his left hook has tremendous force because he has his weight leaning right into the position where...
A 4-punch counter-punch combination. Awesome stuff. Why should a fight like this even be scored? Just let them fight to the finish. 38 out of 96 as opposed to
towards the end of that round.
I agree with you, Mac. Marquez is landing a lot of clean, effective combinations, particularly at the end of the round.
But they were able to establish.
Diaz again, imposing his will against Marquez on the ropes. Now Marquez will look to land a 3 or 4 point combination, and he nails Diaz with 2 uppercuts in a row. Both from the left side. Straight right hand down the pipe by Diaz. Lands twice in a row. Whoever throws more body punches may ultimately be the winner in the fight.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a tough fight right here.
Another huge left hook by Diaz.
You rarely see all those elements combined.
Big body shot by Marquez.
Not had to break these guys up from one clinch at all that I can remember.
I didn't even know he was in the ring.
No, they're just fighting their way straight through the fight.
No clinches, a fast pace, hard shots.
In 2003, I believe, on our competitor network, Showtime. One difference. Good left hook by Diaz again, and a right hand at the end of the round by Marquez. Marquez has been cut in that same spot before. And Joel Casamayor. Nacho Beristain has worked that cut before, and he was cut badly in the Campbell fight. But other than that, another big left hook by Diaz. Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. How many times do you see that? Left hook, back into the ropes. All-out war.
But Marquez is landing most of the cleaner blows in those exchanges there.
Diaz eats a hard right hand, lands a hard right hand, takes a hard right hand.
Gonna stay off them ropes. When he goes on the ropes, Juan Diaz just pummels him like you're watching right here. When the fight goes into the center of the ring, Juan Manuel, but he ought to stay off the ropes. He's giving Diaz the advantage of that effective aggressiveness and using his size by going up on the ropes. 4-2, Juan Diaz.
Here's an amazing statistic, guys. Against Juan Manuel Marquez than anybody has ever thrown against him.
The 6th, something that Ronnie Shields noted in the corner.
Ronnie hadn't had to work quite as hard here as he did in the Rocky Juarez. Straight right hands landing for Juan Manuel Marquez. Left hook, body shot, left hook to the body. All by Juan Diaz. Now Marquez tries to come back. He's breathing past his mouth guard, and it looks as though the stamina advantage is beginning to show.
Marquez has fought a bit with his mouth open since the 3rd round. The pace is something, as you noted, Jim, that...
Two straight right hands by Marquez. 2 more big left hooks by Diaz. Drives Marquez back against the ropes. Lands a straight right hand of his own. Marquez trying to counter again. Diaz keeping the pressure on. He listened to Ronnie between rounds. He's not going to let the Mexican rest. Diaz, 34 out of 91. In January, it was a tremendous crowd in Staples Center in Los Angeles for Shane Mosley's whacking of Antonio Margarito. Now this, economic conditions, and now there's a cut outside Diaz's right eye.
From the left uppercut from Marquez, which has been maybe his most effective punch.
Along with the straight right hand. Strong rally in the first minute of the 8th round. There comes the uppercut again. Diaz isn't landing many of these.
No.
But he's asserting his energy again. Chavez did with Rocky Juarez's cut in the first fight. He'll have to go to work on Diaz between rounds.
The same thing. Marquez is fighting for the pride of his country. Even though they're both supposed to be Mexican right now, because he considers Diaz a half Mexican, because he's American Mexican.
What action.
This is amazing.
Marquez is a good defensive fighter, but Diaz overwhelms his defense.
And as the blood flows, the urgency level rises.
Diaz did not respond well to the cut against Nate Campbell. He's cut in a similar kind of dire way here against Marquez.
Well, we told you how Marquez adjusts and comes on.
And Diaz got caught with a left hook, and he looks stunned.
Can the great technician find a way?
But I don't know if Diaz can handle that, because he has not had that type of experience.
He's the more accurate puncher. And
what an amazing adjustment Marquez made, Emmanuel, in about the third or fourth round to find that uppercut. And
right now, see me a little bit. You know, it's interesting, when Diaz had his first professional fight, he was in Mexico. He said he never would dream at that time, especially being that he was only 16, that he would end up fighting.
With so warm, so personable. They're taunting each other in the ring.
In between all of us, the ref, because they
when if he stops it, it'll be the first thing he's done in the fight.
though Marquez is the much more experienced, in fact, it's Diaz who's had more experience fighting at this pace over the course of the fight.
And he's 10 years younger. And he's fighting in his hometown. And he's supposedly the stronger man.
And he's hurt.
A huge uppercut. Down goes Diaz.
Well, it's all because he doesn't know how to clinch.
Can he make a very brave Juan Diaz will probably go back to fighting.
A experienced fighter would probably clinch, but I don't think that's what he's going to do.
And look at Marquez go to the body. Look at him go to the body to try to set up the finish. And what a right hand. And that will be that.
What you just saw was a really good young fighter knocked out by a great old fighter.
Absolutely. A straight right hand, and then the uppercut produced that first knockdown. The second knockdown is really almost a formality on a brilliant right uppercut.
The winner by knockout victory, Still Ring Magazine world champion and now WBA, WBO, and IBO unified lightweight champion of the world, Juan Manuel Dinamita